Letterpresses are considered an art. Hand-carved blocks, lathered in ink, pressed into paper. It's been that way since its invention. It's still done by hand and still learned through observation and practice. Read all you want about how to run one, but until you have an expert showing you how it's done, you'd be hard-pressed to call yourself a master. The same is true in sales. In a trade, we call the people learning an apprentice. Today, we call those doing the teaching a mentor. I'm with Amraa Bittar, slinging ink and pressing hard for what it takes to be a great mentor. This is our one-on-one. I'm gonna mess this up so bad, just so you know, like, I thought this was the eye a second ago, and then I realized it was the wrong height. So don't mind me. But when I started here, I didn't have cable in 2014. And there aren't like a lot of like very public on the news, like female businesswomen. The only female business person type thing I could think of was like a first lady. So I came to work and I was wearing sleeves out to here. I had pearls on. I put my hair in little tiny hot rollers. I swear to God, I looked like the world's youngest grandmother. And I was like, now here I am doing this cool thing with these cool like wooden blocks and like this fancy place. And I was like, how did I get to this point? And I was thinking about it. And you were a big piece of that. Because you were the first like bad you know what in banking who I watched.
You actually taught me how to be funny and that was okay. And I remember one time you ran a regional. And
now I'm already nervous. My heart's beating. You don't know it. Like, what happened in this regional?
And I thought it was the coolest thing that you got up in front of the whole region and you were like just dancing and being yourself. And
I was doing my best impression of Ellen. That's what I was doing.
And I love that. And it actually helped me break out of my shell, because when you came along, I felt like I could be my authentic self. I actually might need to borrow some of yours, I think.
You can have as many of my blocks as you'd like.
Thank you.
We can share blocks like preschool. Are you the oldest?
I am.
Do you feel like that put pressure on you to figure things out first?
Definitely. Yeah. It's interesting because you don't really see your siblings' perspective, but they tell me now, like, yeah, we looked up to you. Like, I learned this from you. And I'm like, whoa. I was just trying to figure things out, you know? So I'm glad I could help. But as you know, I mean, my sister, she also works at Rocket. She was an intern. And she kind of got to see, like, the behind the scenes and what everyone did. And I think, like, her being that involved in the business and seeing, like, how we help our clients and the possibilities that are, like, there's so much growth possible, and that's what pushed her to do that. Like, as soon as she graduated, she applied full-time.
Wow.
And, yeah, became a banker. And
what advice did you give your sister about being a banker?
the advice I gave her was be yourself.
Really?
Be yourself, be authentic with your clients. Like, I feel like that's the most important piece of advice, because it allows you to do the things you love while being true to yourself.
Yeah.
And that's always going to make you happy. It's always going to make you more productive.
Satisfied.
Yes. That's something I wish like someone had told me, but I feel like I saw it in you. So that helped me tremendously.
I think it's very interesting that you and I saw the same thing in each other.
Wow.
But like we haven't talked about it until right now when we're playing with like
Legos.
Lego letters.
Tetris. I feel like us as people, as we try to grow into the person that we want as a mentor.
Oh, so true.
And I think we try to become who we want to look up to. Do you feel like that is something you can relate to?
I mean, I think back to some of the conversations I've had with, I'm sure that you have young women all the time to like hit you up and be like, hey, I know you're a Triple Crown banker. You're really fancy. Like, do you have any advice for me? Like, what do you tell those people?
Usually those people are people that say, hey, Gabby told me I should reach out to you. And I think you get some of those too.
Sometimes you do have to go out and seek the guidance. It doesn't always come to you. And like most people don't know how to set up that intimate of a relationship. Like dating is hard enough. Like finding a really strong mentor is a challenge.
I think this conversation very recently made me realize that there's always going to be room for mentorship and growth. And it doesn't matter if you're a mentor to other people, you always should be seeking to learn and grow.
So true. It's crazy because we were taught by an expert today. This has been taught. A master
of his craft.
A master of his craft today. It's a mentorship.
Yes.
But it's also been taught for hundreds of years. What I love about it too is the actual idea of pressing this onto something and creating a copy is exactly kind of what a mentor does, right? They make an impression on you and then you walk away not exactly the same and they make a mark on you and you carry that and it creates something beautiful.
Yeah.
Because you are just like a little, we are just a bunch of little pieces from a million different people.
Wow, that's such a great way to put it. I've never really thought of it that way. Now you're just making
fun of me.
No, I'm really not. That's so true. You're part of like your parents, you're a part of your siblings, you're a part of your
first
family,
boss
your
you
friends.
had growing up.
Yeah.
Good job.
This
is like Sudoku for your hands.
Tell me a little bit about what you chose.
So I put think and care. This is like my mantra right now as far as like how to be a good leader for others. Because I can think about a problem all day long, but if people don't care about it, like I haven't done my job, right? It's about someone who's going to leave a positive impression on you to help you create something that you care about and that'll last. So I think a mentor can be someone who takes the time to leave something standing with you where you can put something good out into the world. Did we do it? How's she look?
She looks perfect.
Perfect.
I love that.
What's a piece of advice that you've been given by someone who's like been where you want to be?
Someone actually told me, and this is probably the best piece of mentorship advice I had, was always ask questions. Because you're going to ask questions to people you look up to and people that you're going to get help from. So in turn, that's always going to keep you growing.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I think mentorship is a creative process in a lot of ways. If you're taking someone who you don't know that well, and they don't know you necessarily that well, but you have one thing in common and trying to figure out what other things you have in common. All right. You ready to give this thing a go?
Yes.
Why did you pick change is inevitable, growth is optional?
I think it applies to everything in life. I mean, how many times have things changed throughout your career?
4 billion.
Just your career. So it does demonstrate how you take mentorship and how you react to having a role model.
That's true. You have different leaders. You have different directors. You have different, people in your life who are important. But whether or not you listen to them and their experience and grow is a choice.
Thank you for being a great mentor to me, because I don't think I would have gotten to where I have in my career without your help.
Well, that's definitely reciprocal. Oh my God, look at what you did. That looks so good.
Thank you.
Wow, yours is so much better than mine.
No, it's not.
Same process, 2 different results. Beautiful.
I love this.
I can't believe that we just got to hang out and talk about something I'm so passionate about and that you're so passionate about, and then also learn this incredible process. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it.
I
I'm gonna cry.
Tell you how much
I'm such a baby.
I appreciate everything you've done for me. I don't think you even understand what you've helped me with.
We did it together.
Thank you.
Exciting.
Great job. No, thank you.